We're all called to work for the common good, to work against the evils and injustices of our times. And while this is not an easy task, and the struggle to defend human life in America and worldwide is far from over, we must continue to take the stand for the most vulnerable and innocent beings of our society. The U.S. Constitution protects life, and it is our duty to uphold the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and all of our founding principles. Those principles state and protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's no coincidence that life is number one. It's no coincidence that life is stated first, and it's no coincidence that so many of us feel called to uphold human dignity. It's also no coincidence that so many of us are disgusted with the dismissal of the truth that life is worth protecting. Every life is a life worth living. Health, economic security, educational opportunities, financial stability cannot be used to define the worthiness of a human. These burdens are many of the burdens that our society carries, that a lot of people who we know carry. But they do not matter, because these people that carry them were created by God, and they are loved by God. Psalm 22:10 reads, "Upon thee was I cast from my birth, and since my mother bore me, thou hast been my God." This is just one of many Bible verses that verify the truth, and the truth is that Christ considers each one of us human, fully human from the moment of conception. The phrase in the middle of the verse says, "Since my mother bore me," vividly shows the truth of the beginnings of life. That a child is not just a clump of cells in a womb, but a child is a divinely designed and innocent human being, designed by the Creator Himself. We will not stop until every unborn child is protected in law and welcomed in life. The dignity of a human must prevail against the dark and perverse narrative that a woman's dignity depends upon her right to end her child's life. We must continue to be unapologetically pro-life and never allow evil to win, but we must also show compassion and love for the mother, and that is why we believe in life-affirming care for the mother and the child that God is growing inside of her. We were all created for eternity. We all bear Christ's imprint, and we are all called to greatness. That means that we all deserve to carry out His plan for us. No one's allowed to take that away. This is why we must answer the call that God has placed on our lives and our hearts. The House did that last year with H.R. 26, the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act, codifying in law that babies born alive during a botched abortion should be given the same basic medical care that any other human would get. And those who commit an overt act that ends up killing a child born alive is subject to criminal prosecution for murder. Folks, we cannot rest. We will not rest. Every life is sacred. Every life is precious to God. Every life is worth protecting. God does have a plan and purpose for your life, and part of that is to be a warrior for the defenseless, a voice for the voiceless, to help bring sense to a senseless world. May God bless you. May God lift you up as you move forward in this spiritual battle. As you're marching on Washington Day, remember that God is with you. Our office is with you. We are with you in spirit and in truth. May God bless you and lift you up and move you forward in this spiritual battle.